यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जना यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा माधव राधा माधव श्री राधे राधा जय जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय जय नित्य गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल श्री राधा माधव की श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय श्री श्री गौर निताई की श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा। अभी सभी लोग साइलेंट ही रहना है. हरी बोल. सभी साइलेंटली रहना है क्लास में. कोई बात करना है तो बाहर. ठीक है. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च. हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते. तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna. So I welcome you all for this Sunday Love Feast program. So I would like to check how many of you were there last week. Just raise your hands. How many of you were there? One. From Mataji said only one Mataji is, two Matajis, and 4-5 people are there. So if it is like this, then same lecture I can repeat. Okay, I don't have to sit and give lectures, so last week lecture I can repeat. So I humbly request you all to come regularly this program. See, we are going in an order, so we have come up to 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Means so many lectures have been completed. So, but if I suddenly start in between, then you may not be able to follow properly. हरे कृष्णा. ये सब बच्चों को निकाल दो, नहीं बात करना है. ओके, नहीं तो बाहर. So you may not be able to follow fully. So please come on time, listen to the lecture, and you will have something to take away with you every week. So please come regularly, and it will encourage the speakers also. So today the topic was given, the secret to receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. What is the secret? How we can receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? Or what is the qualification or prerequisite for receiving Bhagavad Gita, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita? So what is the prerequisite? Can you tell? How can we receive this knowledge? Some of you can guess. From Guru we can receive. Any answer? So that means we should have one Guru, prerequisite to receive. Any other answer? Yes? Okay. Now in the 4th chapter, Krishna is telling, the chapter begins like this. I have given this wisdom to Vivaswan, to Sun God. And then Sun God has passed it on to Manu, who is the father of mankind, and from him it is passed on to the succession through Ikshvaku, in the line of kings, Ikshvaku kingdom. And like that it is passed on from one generation to next generation. And because of the long gap, it appears to be lost. That's why I am repeating this knowledge to you. This is what Krishna tells to Arjuna. Why am I telling this to you again? Because of the so long gap, the succession seems to be broken. Okay? Succession seems to be broken. That's why I am repeating this to you once again. Okay? But why only to Arjuna? This is a third shloka actually in the Gita. The third verse says, why only to Arjuna? Yeah? Why only to Arjuna? Why Krishna told this specifically to Arjuna? Yes? Krishna tells that is actually Arjuna is devotee and friend. What happened to the computer? So is devotee and friend to Krishna. So now to receive the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, what we should be? हमको क्या होना है? We should become friend and devotee to Krishna. When we become friend and devotee to Krishna, then we can receive this knowledge. If without becoming friend and devotee to Krishna, how can we expect? So there are so many people who would have written commentary on Bhagavad Gita, but they are not devotees. They are neither devotees nor friends of Krishna. Okay? They never claim that I am the devotee of Krishna. Okay? Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. Like that they didn't tell. But they still wrote commentary on Bhagavad Gita. So what can we conclude from this? That they have not understood Gita. Because they have not received Gita. They have not, without receiving Bhagavad Gita's knowledge, they are publishing a book. Okay? So they are publishing a book, but with the cover page of Bhagavad Gita. It's not Bhagavad Gita because they have not received the knowledge. Whatever they have written, that is not Bhagavad Gita. That is only, the cover page is Bhagavad Gita by so-and-so author. Okay? So like that, there are more than 800 editions of Bhagavad Gitas are available. How many? 800 versions. Now, this is what Prabhupada said. In 1960s, he said 800 Gitas versions. Now, how many we don't know. Okay? At least I don't know how many versions are there. So that's why it's important to know that this Gita knowledge, last week we have discussed, there are 4 paramparas in which we can learn this knowledge. Brahma Sampradaya, Sri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya and Kumara Sampradaya. Means there are 4 schools only through which this knowledge will come properly. If somebody is not coming from these 4 schools and he just wanted to disseminate this knowledge, so without receiving knowledge, how can he give? So it must be, the knowledge finally should connect to Krishna. Okay? We have given the analogy of the bulb, glowing bulb. So bulb can glow only when it is having connection until the power grid. From power grid to the bulb anywhere, any disconnect is there, bulb will not glow. So similarly, this knowledge also, the one who is teaching Bhagavad Gita should have connection with Krishna. Okay? Unbroken connection should be there. If that connection is not there, he cannot present the knowledge of Gita. So, ISKCON is coming under Brahma, Madhva, Gaudiya, Sampradaya. So, all the teachers in ISKCON are connected to Krishna in this line of disciplic succession. Okay? And now in ISKCON, whoever comes to ISKCON, what do we teach? We teach them to become devotees of Krishna. We don't teach them to become materialistic. We don't teach them to become rich and powerful, beautiful. We never teach anyone, apply tilak, you look beautiful. We never say like that. Why? What we say? You apply tilak. That is, why we apply tilak, you all know. सब लोग आते हैं धड़ाधड़ तिलक लगाते थे. तिलक लगाने का मतलब क्या है? What is the symbolic meaning of tilak? What is the meaning, Prabhu? अरे बाप रे, ISKCON devotees और एक स्टैंप लगा दिया आपने. ISKCON devotees another stamp. But what is the meaning? Yes, Mother. What does it mean? उसका मतलब क्या है? चरण कमल का स्टैंप लगा लिया. What does it mean? We should do everything consciously. When we apply tilak, we should do it consciously. We are bowing down at the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay, I am your servant. Generally, in front of very elderly people, we bow down, isn't it? उनका चरण का धूल हम हमारा मस्तक पे ऊपर लेते हैं. So we smear the lotus feet dust on our forehead. So we are taking the mark of the lotus feet of Krishna on our forehead. That means we are fully surrendering to Krishna. We are becoming his devotees. We are servants of Krishna. That too not normal servant. Extremely humble servant. Generally, Prime Minister will have many servants, ministers and like that, many people. But there will be some people who will polish his shoes, who will clean his house, who will do all kinds of menial services. So bowing down to the feet means it's very menial, isn't it? So we are menial servants of Krishna. So those whoever comes to ISKCON, what do we teach? Become devotees of Krishna. So you are taking the dust, actually the tilak whatever we are applying, that dust is taken from the Dwaraka. And Dwaraka is a place where Krishna was walking with his entourage, with his devotees. So all the mitti of Dwaraka is the dust of Krishna's lotus feet. So that lotus feet we are putting on our forehead, and that is making a mark on our forehead. That is tilak. So we are very humble servants of Krishna. So this is what we teach. We don't teach anything else. Bhagavad Gita teaches, Man mana bhava mad bhakto mad dhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktva atmanam mat parayana. So, man mana bhava mad bhakto, the one who is my devotee, he will keep me within his heart. And he is always madhyaji mam namaskuru. He will, namaskuru means what? He'll bow down. So anybody who comes to ISKCON temple, they will see all other people are bowing down. In other places, people don't bow down like this. Full prostrated obeisances. Some temples they may do, some Sri Vaishnava temples. But generally in ISKCON temple, all the devotees will completely prostrate, all the male devotees. So we are taught to become his devotees. Okay, and Krishna is telling, Mam namaskuru. Who is speaking? Krishna is speaking. Mam means mere ko namaskar karo. So when Prabhupada teaches, what does he teach? Krishna ko namaskar karo. Devotees kya padhate hain? Krishna ko namaskar karo. But there will be some people, they will take out Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. So they'll say, then whom do you pay obeisances? They'll say, unborn person within Krishna. Like that, they'll give twisted meaning. Krishna is telling very directly and is using mom. Mom means what? Me. But Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, some commentator, they will tell that the unborn person or unborn Brahman within Krishna, like that they will twist. And this twisting will take people away from Krishna. No need to twist. It's very, very direct thing. But people will twist and then they never claim themselves to be devotees of Krishna, nor will they make anybody Krishna's devotees. That's why I gave you example of Russia last week. Russia was in communist regime and people were mostly non-religious people in the communist regime. And then when they started reading Bhagavad Gita, how they have responded, how they became mad for reading Bhagavad Gita. So only when this Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita as it is went, and that could make an impact in the people's lives. That could make a revolution in the people's lives. So many people became devotees because of Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. Actually, some people will get in touch with the devotees and then they will be preached and then they'll get a chance to come to ISKCON temple and then they'll learn more things. So many people who just receive Bhagavad Gita and then they will see all the things. They actually, if someone reads Gita very scrutinizingly, they understand so many things. People sometimes say, I am not understanding. Actually, you are not understanding because you are not seriously studying that book. If someone studies very seriously, many things are explained by Prabhupada or many things are explained by Sri Krishna himself. And they became ardent devotees of Krishna and then they started chanting the holy names of Krishna, and they might not have met anybody in their life, any devotee, but in their homes they would have started chanting the holy names and practicing this devotional service regularly. Many people like that. So that means the power is connected to the grid. That's why bulb is glowing. Your all faces are also glowing because you are all connected to Krishna. You all became devotees by reading Srila Prabhupada books or by coming in touch with the devotees or disciples of Srila Prabhupada, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, like that. So let me open my PPT. Yeah. So all of you kindly, yeah. So let us all repeat this shloka, recite this shloka. Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prokta puratanaha bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. So here it is highlighted there. Bhaktosi me sakha. Sakha means friend. Bhakta means, and whose bhakta? Bhaktosi me means mera bhakta karke. I mean, it's very direct. There is no need to have any indirect meaning. Even though I know little Sanskrit, it's like Telugu only. So Krishna is telling you, because you are my devotee, rahasyam. This is what is a secret. Sri Sri Radha Madhav ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki. So this is really a secret. Just to understand Gita, you become devotee of Krishna. You don't have to do anything. Come to temple every day. You just pay obeisances to Prabhupada, pay to the deities, take Charanamrut, take Prasad and go. 6 months you do. Don't do anything. You automatically become devotee. So this is the power of Krishna. So you become devotee and then you will start understanding the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So after hearing this, it is very natural Arjuna gets a doubt that, hey Krishna, you are only my cousin. I was told that you are almost equal to me. You are younger to my elder brother and elder to my younger brother. That means you are my equal. Arjuna is almost on an equal age to Krishna. He is smaller to Bhima and bigger to Nakul. So how come you have spoken this knowledge to Vivaswan? How come you have spoken this knowledge to Surya Dev? Hari bol. Chalo baita. So when this question being raised, it's very natural, right? This question comes. If I tell you that I was actually dining with Mahatma Gandhi, and when we were dining, there was gulab jamun in the plate. If I tell all these things, what will you say? Will you believe that? You look to be only maybe some 50, 60-year-old, then how could you? Gandhi died how many years back? Almost 70 years back, 67, 68 years back he died. How could you eat with Mahatma Gandhi? You will ask this question. So similarly, Arjuna also asked this question. And then Krishna gives very wonderful answer. What is that? Let's all repeat. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Bahuni me vyatitani Janmani tavacharjuna Tanyaham Veda Sarvani Natvam Vetta Parantapa. So here Krishna reveals that I am completely a different personality. Bahuni me vyatitani. So many lives we have spent. Vyatitani means we have been spending so many lives. Not hours, not minutes, not years, but it is lives. Our life is, in the second chapter we learned, every time we die, we take another birth. And then you die, again you take another birth. Like that, so many lives we are going through. So Krishna is telling, hey, you also have gone through so many lives. I also have gone through so many lives. But is there any difference between you and me? Yes, there is big difference. Janmani tavacharjuna. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani. Means aham means me. Tan means that I remember all that life. Veda means knowing. Quite often we think Veda means a book, but Veda means knowledge. So Krishna is in full knowledge. Sarvani means all. He remembers everything, whatever happened. Tanyaham Veda Sarvani. Not only my lives, your lives, not only you and mine, everyone's lives I remember. Krishna knows everything. But Natvam Vetta Parantapa. But about you, what about you? Na. You don't remember anything. Do we remember who we were before we took birth? Do we remember? Because somebody told that, this is your mother, this is your father. Otherwise, if we miss out and somebody kidnaps and takes us to America, we will not even know who our mother is, who our father is. We will not know at all. There won't be any way or means unless someone tells us. So, our position is very, very tiny. Our remembrance, our memory is very tiny. Even we don't remember July 30th today. July 30, 2022, what you were doing. Can we tell? You remember? Okay. Yesterday, 12:05, what you were doing? It's very difficult. So we forget. But when it comes to Krishna, he will not forget. He will always, everything he will remember. He will never forget. So whatever little devotional service we do, that Krishna will never forget. And he remembers for eternity. Always he will remember. So this is a special feature of Krishna. So this shloka very specifically tells that Krishna is different from all of us. Many people present that Krishna has become big because he has done so many great activities. You also do great activities, you also become big or like Krishna. But this is a trash. It's a very, very wrong understanding. Krishna never became God by doing big activities. He is God, that's it. He, when he was killing Putana, he has done anything big before that, but just he killed Putana. When he was born with 4 hands, with all helmet and golden clothes and beautiful form, and he instructed his mother and father what you should do. And we will only cry. We will only loudly we cry. So the spiritual things are different. Krishna's beauty is different. So there is material beauty and Krishna's beauty is spiritual. Everything that is connected to Krishna is real. Everything that is connected to this material world is temporary. Okay? So in our case, our body keeps on changing. Jatasya dhruvorm, sorry, what is that shloka? Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grihnati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. So always our body gets old and will accept a new body. In our concept, old is what? Previous one is old and the latest one is new. Okay, even a 91-year-old person, for him 91-year-old body is a new body in comparison to a day before or a year before. 90-year-old body is a comparison kiya to 91-year-old body is a new body. So always body changes, and then at one time body dies, and then the soul will accept a new body. It accepts new body, and this change is always going on in the case of a living entity. But when it comes to Krishna, does Krishna's body also undergo the same change? Krishna's body, Krishna may be small boy, but in front of gopis he is always 16-year-old boy. Even when he was very small, he was 16-year-old boy. And for Yashoda Mata, he is always a baby boy. Any time Krishna can go and drink milk from Yashoda Mata. And she also gets milk, whenever she sees Krishna. So Krishna's body and Krishna are non-different. Okay? Krishna's, whatever actually Krishna's body, Krishna is spiritual, is not material. So everything that is connected to Krishna is also spiritual. And this difference we should understand. In this world we will have imagination mango. Some artisans make mangoes with the wood. They nicely paint. It looks like mango, isn't it? But when you try to eat that mango, then you will break your teeth. You won't get the juice from that. So similarly, Krishna is spiritual, and when you really gets in touch with Krishna and squeeze Krishna, means you drink Krishna, then you will get Krishna Rasayanam. Okay? And you will really enjoy drinking the nectarian mellows in Krishna. But we all try to eat the materialistic things. We try to enjoy from the materialistic objects. And the nature of the material object is a temporary, it is ever changing. And very when you look at the color of the imitation mango, you may feel happy. But when you really try to eat it, it will be, there won't be any taste in it. The same thing is applicable to this material world also. Like, from this world you try to enjoy, so much sorrow you receive. So much. So, an intelligent person will never try to enjoy from this world. Whenever you try, like, I used to hear this. When I came to Krishna consciousness newly, somebody was telling me, like, he was living in Delhi. His neighbor had very, very beautiful wife, like extraordinarily beautiful wife. So this fellow was imagining, like, this my neighbor must be really living very happily with his beautiful wife. So one day that fellow came and started crying in front of him. Okay? She's so arrogant and so much, like, eating up, like, and after some time they got separated. Then he realized, oh, you think you enjoy, but the reality will be totally different in this world. You won't be able to enjoy. Something is there, some other thing will not be there. Like, imitation mango, you will not have any flaw. Normal mango may have some mark, some flaw externally, but at least it will have juice inside. But imitation mango will not have any of these faults. It looks exactly same like mango. Even the roses, flowers, when they make, the artists make the rose, they make so beautiful. But when you go closer, there won't be any smell. So, same thing is applicable. Material world is like that, and material things are like that. And when it comes to Krishna, or Krishna's creation, they are all mellowful. So, the difference between Krishna and other things we should understand, and then we should develop love towards Krishna. We should become devotees of Krishna. Who is Krishna? Krishna tells here. Can you all repeat? Ajopi sannavyayatma. Shloka is here, 60th shloka we are reciting. Ajopi sannavyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim svamadhishtaya sambhavamyatma mayaya. So when Krishna comes, how does he come into this world? Swam. Swam means on my own. Sambhavamyatma atma mayaya. Means by using my own energy. Atma maya means my own energy. I appear in this material world. And what is this material world? Prakritim swam adhisthaya. This material world is under my control. Who is the controller of this material world? Krishna. Okay, Krishna controls this material world, and he can do anything with this world. Like, when you control the temperature, air temperature in the room, then you can set any temperature, 20 degrees, 18 degrees, 25 degrees, you can set according to your will. So, but we can only control a small room temperature. But again, we cannot control the smell in the room. Sometimes, some foul smell comes, even you can control the temperature, smell you cannot control. Sometimes there may be some insects inside the room. So like that, so many things are there to control. But we can control only maybe one temperature. But when it comes to Krishna, he controls his whole creation. All the Prakriti is under his control. And he is telling Aja. Ja means Janma. Okay? Aja means no birth. Krishna is unborn. Krishna is born. How can you say he is unborn? He is born just to please Devaki and Vasudeva. Just to please them. But he is unborn. He is just like sun is born every day in the morning on the eastern horizon. But is it the birth of the sun? Was the sun not present before? He was present, isn't it? Even before morning he was present. Previous day he was present. Before that day he was present. For crores and crores of years he was present. But for our eyes he is present, he is born from the eastern horizon. So similarly, Krishna is also unborn, but for our eyes he is born. Ajopi san avyayatma. Avyayatma means his imperishable personality. He will not die, he will not be born. Okay? And Bhutanam Ishwaropi san is a Ishwara of all the living entities. Not only humans actually, even to the demigods, to Nara, to Yakshas, Rakshasas, and everyone. He is a Ishwara, and Prakritim Swam Adhishtaya Swambhavam Myatma Maya. So I can control this material creation, so I can play the way I want. So Krishna actually plays in this material world. How he comes, why he comes, when he comes, Krishna tells first, when he comes, I appear, Ajopi san navyayatma bhutanam ishwaropi san prakritim swam adhishtaya sambhavam myatma maya. Sambhava means he make himself appear in this world. But when he comes, all of you know the shloka, when he comes, when Krishna comes into this material world. So Krishna tells in a very, very famous shloka. Who do not know that shloka? Almost everyone knows that shloka in India, right? So that shloka, okay, all of you recite. Yada yada hi dharmasya Yada yada hi dharmasya Glanir bhavati bharata Abhyuthanam adharmasya Tadatmanam srujamyaham. So whenever there is declination of the religion, okay, adharma is more prominent than dharma, then he says our dharma is covered. Glanir bhavati bharata. When dharma is completely covered with the adharma, then abhyuthanam adharmasya, I appear to remove that adharma. Tadatmanam srujamyaham means I appear myself. Personally Krishna comes. I will read the translation given by Srila Prabhupada. Whenever and wherever there is declination in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of a religion, at the time I descend myself. Personally Krishna comes. Okay? So then after coming, what does he do? Then in the next shloka. What is that shloka? All of you should learn these shlokas. Paritranaya sadhunam Vinashaya cha dushkrutam Dharma samsthapanarthaya Sambhavami yuge yuge. So then Arjuna asks, okay, oh Krishna, to establish dharma, your devotees can do. Like, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, like that many of great devotees of Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada, they practically established dharma in the world. So your devotees can do this job for you. Why you have to come personally? Is there any need? Like, to kill Ravana or to kill any big demon, Krishna can do something within his body, because whole material world is in his control. Whole Prakriti is in his control. So, like, some some nerve in the brain is turned off, then that nerve will tell, don't breathe. Okay, now we are breathing because something in our brain, or I don't know what, but something is telling us to breathe, and we are alive. If that is stopped, then we will stop breathing and we die. So Krishna can do that if he wants. Why you have to come personally and then re-establish? You yourself can send some devotees or some of your agents. Personally coming means there must be something special. Why? Then Krishna says he wanted to rescue the devotees personally. Paritranaya sadhunam. To safeguard the devotees personally. So Krishna wants to save personally. Okay? When Draupadi was in dire need of the help of Krishna, he came personally. He could have sent, or he could have created a heart attack in the heart of Dushasan. When Gajendra was crying for Krishna, Krishna could have, a brain stroke for crocodile. But he didn't do that. He personally came and then killed the crocodile and saved Gajendra. The reason is Krishna wants to do personally. Why you want to do personally? Up to Krishna. Okay, it's on his own. He is completely Swarat, he rules. And he is also a person, and any person will enjoy in the reciprocation with the devotees. Okay, that reciprocation Krishna also loves. So that's why Krishna comes personally. Vinashaya. So when he comes personally, he does three things. First thing is saving the devotees. Most important thing is saving the devotees. Second thing, Vinashaya cha dushk. Cha means always remember, and Sanskrit is special language. You can put that cha anywhere. I don't know the grammatical rules of Sanskrit, but sometimes it will be in the front, sometimes it will be in the end. Doesn't matter, but whenever cha comes, it is and. Vinashaya cha dushkrutam means, and I come to destroy the dushkritis, the rakshasas, demons. And then what he does? Dharma samsthapanarthaya. So he established the religious principles in the society. Three things he does. And generally what is a regular interval that he comes? Sambhavami yuge yuge. Every millennium I come. Like in Satya Yuga, he comes as Narasimha. In the Dwapara Yuga, in the Treta Yuga, he comes as Lord Ram. In Dwapara Yuga, he comes as Lord Krishna. In Kali Yuga, he comes as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So like that, every Yuga, he comes in different incarnations. And whenever he comes, he does, what he does? He establishes the religious principles. So what is the religious principle for the age of Kali? What is the religious principle for the age of Kali? Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastyeva, Nastyeva, Nastyeva Gatiranyatha. So, in Kali Yuga, there is no other way. Nasti Eva. Nasti means no, Eva means only. और कुछ नहीं है, और कुछ नहीं है, और कुछ नहीं है. नास्त्येव 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 गतिरन्यथा. और कोई रास्ता नहीं है. क्या है, क्या कर सकते हैं? हरेर नाम हरेर नामैव केवलम means it is so much stressed that in Kali Yuga only Harinam is a way. There is no other way. If somebody wants to find some other way, the most welcome, they can take that way. But it is there is no way actually. In Kali Yuga, if you want to do some nice havan करके भगवान को संतुष्ट करके हम भगवत धाम जाएंगे. You try to do havan, so you try to get the pure ghee. Where do you get pure ghee? So okay, I am getting our own cow's ghee. And good, your own cow's ghee, but what are your cows eating? So, generally in the city kind of Hyderabad, the cows are tied in a small place and then they will not be allowed to go out anywhere. So, they are just fed food, that's it. And then they give some milk and we get some ghee. And that, if at all, if we get that much pure ghee, that's also great. But otherwise, normally, all kalti ghee we get. And then what kind of havan you can do? So it's not possible. And okay, you will get pure ghee, but where do you get pure brahmana? Anybody who is born in this material world, they are exposed to this mobile phone, their purity is gone. So where is that purity of mind? It's not there. So earlier days the brahmanas will chant mantra and the fire will come on its own. But now we don't see any of such brahmanas. So we don't really do any havan. As a ritual we do. But real havans are not possible. Okay, let us go and do meditation. You go to Himalayan mountains. Now the modern governments are doing so much development even in Himalayas. They are not leaving that place also. You cannot go and do peacefully meditate there. And there also you may come across the dongi sadhus who may smoke ganja and all other things. So you can't get a proper place to do meditation. Or a guru who can teach. So in the Kali Yuga, even to worship temple in a Georgious way, it's very difficult. Very difficult to get good pujaris, very difficult to maintain all the standards of the temple. Very, very difficult. But one thing we can do easily, that is chanting the holy names. Anybody can do. Any doubt in this? We are all doing every day, isn't it? So that holy names are brought by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And he distributed these holy names profusely to the people of Kali Yuga. Because in Kali Yuga, people cannot do anything bigger than this. And this is the biggest thing actually. It may appear the easiest thing, but it is not that easy also. If we can do that, we are sure to get delivered from this material clutches. So, and that is done in the avatara of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He appears in every yuga. In Kali Yuga, he comes in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is mentioned in so many scriptures. Okay? And even Bhagavatam also tells, in the end, the last verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamyo Dukkha Shamanas Tvam Namami Haram Param. So it says, Nama Sankirtanam Yasyat. So the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam is just to do Nama Sankirtan. You don't have to do anything. Just chant the holy names of Krishna. That destroy all the contaminations. Sarva Papa Pranashanam. So just you bow down to that holy name, Pranamyo Dukkha Shamanas. By bowing down, all the dukkha will also be destroyed. So such holy name, Tvam Namami Harim Param. So we bow down, we pray to Krishna and Krishna's holy name. So this is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we must take to that holy name very seriously. Yesterday was Ekadashi, so our devotees, some of our devotees felt we should all sit together and chant like that. One of our devotees proposed. Then all the devotees felt very happy. Let us all chant. So Ekadashi day, let us not do anything, we will just chant the holy names. So all the devotees sat together and chanted 64 rounds. So we all chanted in the morning in the temple, and we went to another devotee's house and we chanted. A full day devotees have spent in devotional activity. And everybody felt very, very happy. Sri Radha Madhav ki, Sri Gaur Nitai ki, Sri Jagannath Baladeva Subhadra Maharani ki. So this is a proof, like in the Kali Yuga, just by chanting the holy names, we receive everything, the ultimate goal. That's why those who are not chanting the holy names on the beads, whoever like temple se aate hai jate hai, okay, now you stop by in the book stall, purchase chanting beads and a bead bag. Why bead bag? This bead bag is to keep the beads safely. Otherwise the beads will touch here and there and get contaminated. So you keep the beads nicely. So in order to keep it nicely, you hold it in a bag, and then if you hang this in the neck, it will be always with you. Whenever like a military man carries his gun, when he is in the border, always he carries his gun, and it is loaded gun, isn't it? He will not just keep the gun somewhere and then he will always carry the gun. So similarly, when we are in this material world, always Maya is there to attack us. So this is our gun to fight with the Maya. Always we carry with it. Whenever time permits, you put your hand inside and then you will release bullets. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And this is the Yuga Dharma. Holy name is a Yuga Dharma. And then we chant and chant and chant. So don't say can't, just chant. And by chanting, we attain all perfection. So how many of you will buy bead bags today? All of you are having beads with you? सबके पास है? आप प्रभु आपके पास है? आप रेगुलरली मंदिर आते हैं ना? आज क्या करना है फिर? बीड बैग खरीदना है. बीड बैग के अंदर बीड्स भी खरीदना है. ये दो चीज़ खरीदना है. सभी लोग खरीद के जप करना शुरू करना है. आपको कैसा करना है पूछना तो कोई भी डिवोटी से पूछिएगा. कोई भी जो जप करने वाला डिवोटी से पूछिए, प्रभु मैं कैसा जप करूँ, हाउ आई कैन चैंट द होली नेम. देन even they give a card. In that card also it is mentioned, you all chant the holy names. At least start with 2 rounds. It will take 10-15 minutes, that's it. Daily morning you chant 2 rounds. That way you declare yourself that Krishna, I became your devotee. You see, I am chanting. I am taking your names. I became your devotee. Now you release that knowledge to me. You release that secret of Bhagavad Gita to me. So we become a nice recipient of Bhagavad Gita. So the secret is just chant Hare Krishna and declare yourself that you are not to public. Not all people who chant, who hold bead bag in their neck are devotees. Dongis also can apply tilak, wear dhoti kurta and put the beads in their neck. Can be a dongi, but we don't want to be like that. We want to be his pure devotees. Okay, I humbly request at your lotus feet, please, you also become nice devotee of Krishna and chant the holy names sincerely, regulated way. If you are chanting 2 rounds, no problem. You chant those 2 rounds nicely every day in a regular way. Then gradually Krishna will inspire us for higher things. Okay? Anyone has got any question or comment? Any questions? Yes. 8 shlokas हमने recite किया 4th chapter का. All 8 shlokas you people should memorize. Both important verses. At least yada yada hi dharmasya and paritranaya sadhunam. All of you memorize. Okay. Any questions, please? If not, we will break for the kirtan. Okay. Hare Krishna. Granthra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. Last time I told you, open your mobile phone and go to kksongs.org. In that, check for the song Yashomati Nandana, so you can follow the song with all of us. Okay?